Today we're joined by a family that needs no introduction, but I'm going to give one anyways. Kevin Bacon, known for iconic roles in smash hits like Footloose, A Few Good Men, and the recent Showtime series City on a Hill. Kyra Sedgwick, an award-winning actress, producer, and director who starred in the hit show The Closer. And Travis Bacon, an artist and composer who rocks in the metal band Contra Cult Collective and composed the score of the family's newest film, Family Movie. All right, well, let's just get into it. You guys have a movie coming out. That's why you're here in Bentonville. For all of us who haven't seen it yet, can you guys talk to us about it?
It is called Family Movie, and the genre is comedy horror or horror comedy. We conceived of it, Kevin and I conceived of the idea ourselves during the pandemic. We were just sort of thinking, you know, what if this lasts forever? And then after the pandemic, there were strikes, and the writer's strike and the director's strike and the actor's strike. So we were like, what if this all lasts forever and we never get to make a movie again, and we're gonna have to start making our own? And then we had made this short together, Kevin and I, that actually Travis did the music for, where we had co-directed and we, shot it, and we did the costumes, we did everything. We did the sound, we did the lighting, we did everything. And we were like, hey, this isn't so hard. Not really, it is hard. And then we thought, if this lasts forever, what can we do as a family? And we kind of conceived of this idea of a family that lives together on a farm and makes movies together. And we begged the kids to be in it, and they said yes. And we met with writers, and we just pitched them that prompt of a family that makes horror movies together, that have been making them for a really long time. We met with a bunch of writers, and we really fell in love with Dan's idea. And then it took a long time to raise the money, and then it took a long time to do it, but we finally got to shoot it. It was 2 summers ago, or just last summer, actually. We were in Texas, a small town in Texas, and the 4 of us packed up, and we're all in it, and we co-directed. Travis did the music, and we're really happy with it.
No, that's incredible. And this isn't your guys' first project together. How many times have you guys worked together?
I've kind of lost track, but
Yeah.
Kyra started producing movies when she was in her early 20s, and the first thing that she produced, I directed.
Wow.
She's directed me multiple times, back and forth. Travis has scored multiple things that we've done. Sosie's actually directed Kyra. We've directed Sosie. I mean, we've just never done it with all 4
Sure.
in one group.
And Travis, I mean, I've got my dad staying with me. He's been here about 3 days, and I'm ready to take his head off. How is it? How is it getting directed? Working with your parents. What's that experience like?
It was really good and really positive. I mean, I'm very new in the acting space. I mean, I've been involved in film for a long time, so I don't have a whole lot of ego around it just yet, this moment. So I can take some direction from the experts. Occasionally a couple times where I wanted to do the head ripping, but for the most part, it was pretty sound.
Do you guys agree? I mean, how is it working with them? I mean, it sounds like it's not the first time, but
I mean, it was amazing.
Incredible.
It was incredible, honestly. It was an embarrassment of riches, and it was just so lovely to be together, and they did such a great job. And Travis has never acted before, and he kills it, so to speak. And, the music is incredible, and the acting is great. And, he really surprised us, I think, most of all, just because we'd written this part for him. Dan wrote this part for him, but we didn't know if he could actually pull it off. We thought he could.
In fact, he said at one point, "What makes you think I can act?" I'll never forget when you said that. Thought that was pretty funny. I mean, it was magical because, first off, feel very, very grateful that our children actually want to spend time with us at this age.
All.
And I think in some ways, we're closer now than we've ever been. And this, for instance, this trip is a perfect example. We're just coming from the Provincetown Film Festival, we're down here. The four of us are, spending time. We're also doing this kind of thing, pressed together, watching the movie. We've been talking about the movie. The kids are producers on the movie, so they've been involved from the Jump Street, and shooting it, living in, we weren't in the same house, but we were very close to each other. It could have been an absolute disaster, and it was really fun.
No, I think it's pretty rare you get a family project where this is the outcome, right? And so you guys are traveling all around the country together, I assume. The film showed at South by Southwest, got great reviews. What are you expecting tonight in Bentonville?
We hope it kills.
It's gonna be a rock concert. I mean, it really is like it's a real crowd pleaser. I mean, not to brag, but it is though. I mean, it's consistent that the audiences love it and they're surprised by it and they, are into the weird of it. It's weird, and it's funny and it's unexpected. And we don't take ourselves too seriously. You know what I mean? We're all like having a laugh. And so I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you mentioned rock concert. Travis, I wanted to ask you, you've got your band, I don't want to butcher the name, Contra Cult Collective, right?
That's right.
And now you're scoring. Where do you see yourself heading more in the direction going forward?
I really like I like to try to keep my hands into both. Like, I don't know, I look at someone like Trent Reznor, and I think I'm envious of that kind of career with maybe some more drama involved in it as far as performing, acting and filmmaking as well. So I don't know, I can't sit still. I just try to put my hands into everything I can and then see what works.
Travis had a pretty heavy lift because not only did he score the film, act in it, but there's also a band in the film that he's a member of. So he wrote the song and then had to do a on-set performance with the band along with fights. And it was, I was like, this is really a baptism by fire in terms of like what he was responsible for in the movie. But it's all really cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I think what's incredible about you guys is obviously you guys have had incredible careers, but you guys are very successful as well. I know, growing up kind of in the world, my family kind of pushed me away a little bit because if I had said I wanted to act, I'm sure they would have been supportive, but they were a little fearful. Is there any relief seeing all the great feedback that your children are getting as they continue with their careers?
Yes, and there's also, I think being an artist is a wonderful thing, and it's very insecure. There isn't a 9-to-5 of it unless you're, there's a few jobs in the world of art that have that, but not a lot. And so it makes it never boring, but I think that, it's a little bit like you want your kids to have an easier road and you want your kids to sort of have, it's the devil, so it's a little bit harder to be like, yes, go do this thing because you know how painful and difficult it can be. So I think that the relief is that yes, we pulled this one off. That's the relief, really, and also that they're just so talented. I mean, I know I'm a proud mom, but I also am pretty critical. Kevin will tell you that. But it's true. I can't help it. I have a critical eye. I have a director's eye. I'm, going, that's working, that's not working. And I'm, I just think that they're both really good at all that they do. I think Trav's an exceptional composer. I think that, and he's dipping his toe in acting and doing a really great job. I think Sosie is an extraordinary actor. I think she's better. I think she's the best actor in the family. I mean, I really believe that. And I just, I do. I just think she's extraordinary. So I think I'm glad that they have the talent to go the long road if they want to, but it's not, I wouldn't say I'm like, yay, be an artist and yay.
Right.
There's a really actually a very touching scene in the movie. Kyra's character plays an actress and the daughter character played by Sosie is an aspiring actress. And she kind of talks to her about her fears of what the kid is going to have to go through by taking on this career that's so full of rejection.
Right.
And it's so it is sort of a double-edged sword in terms of that.
Well, I'm very excited to see it. I'm excited to see that scene. Kevin, I got to ask you, this is not your first time in Arkansas. What are your thoughts?
What was I doing here in Arkansas? I was doing a movie with your dad.
That's what I've been told.
Yes, yes. For those who don't know, Bo's dad is an excellent director named Jay Russell, who I've worked with twice.
Writer-director.
Writer-director. Thank you.
Thank you, Kyra.
And we did a movie called End of the Line, starring Levon Helm and Wilford Brimley. He was part of the ensemble along with Mary Steenburgen and Holly Hunter, and we shot it in Little Rock in 19. So I have no idea.
It was before me.
It was before you. Yes.
Impossible.
It was BKS, and it was probably, I don't know, early 80s probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we had a blast. I think it was Jay's first movie.
Yeah. Is the Bentonville that you guys have seen since you've been here the same Arkansas you saw in the 80s?
Absolutely not. No. Bentonville is obviously kind of thriving. I mean, it looks like a mini, I would describe it as sort of like a mini Austin, kind of has that sort of vibe. A lot of people in leisure wear, drinking coffees to go, and looking at their cell phones, and I don't know, ready to take over the world.
And Kyra and Travis, is this your guys' first time to the state?
It is.
It is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I even looked over old tour schedules and never been to
Really?
Arkansas.
What's your take on what you've seen so far?
I think similar to what my dad was saying about it, that it reminds me of Austin a little bit.
It's lovely. You know, what I wish is that we were able to do some hiking in the Ozark Mountains.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to be here long enough for that. But if we ever do come back, I would really like to do that. We're avid hikers and looks freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I'm bummed that we're not going to be able to have that time.
And we're super excited to
Yeah.
put the movie in front of a Bentonville Film Festival crowd. We don't really know exactly what that crowd is, but when you make something, it's not. Our hope with the movie is that it's not just a movie for horror fans.
Yeah.
It's not just a movie for comedy fans. It's not just you know what I mean. That's the dream. They call it 4 quadrant. Well, I don't think you should take children to the movie, but the dream is that it crosses across a bunch of sort of age ranges and interest ranges, and so I think it's going to. I'm sure the crowd's going to be different than the South by crowd or the Provincetown crowd for sure.
Well, everyone who sees this is going to want to go see it. If they want to see it, tonight's sold out, right?
Tonight's sold out.
Sold out.
But we're going to have it, hopefully in the theaters. We don't have a date yet, but that's kind of that's kind of part of what we're doing here in festivals is building interest, and if people can't get in, we hope they'll go and buy a ticket down the road.
Yeah.